I'm Dr. P.K. Talwar, cosmetic surgeon, New Delhi, and I'm practicing cosmetic surgery for more than 30 years now. Previously, I was attached to Apollo and Max hospitals, and now I'm running my own cosmetic surgery center at Greater Kailash Part 1, New Delhi. Today, we are discussing, the topic is gynecomastia, basically. So now, what is gynecomastia? The gynec word is female, basically, and mastia is breast. Female type of breasts, when they develop, so it is called as gynecomastia. Actually, it is more common than what we think. If you see, we get a lot of young patients who come to us, and their main problem is that they are having gynecomastia and they cannot go in public, they cannot go for swimming, their friends, they tease them. Why it happens? See, men and women, we both have got male hormones and female hormones. Now there is an equilibrium, or there is a balance which nature creates in our body. Every man has got more of male hormones, that is testosterone, and females have got more of female hormones like estrogen. Now whenever this balance is damaged, what happens? The body responds more to estrogen or female hormones, and then what happens is that there is enlargement of the breast in men, and it happens when the child is born. If you see, initially there is some puffiness on the breast, but it usually subsides on its own. Then comes the puberty. Puberty means around 14-15 years of age, when boys are growing up, and that time there is some hormonal imbalance which occurs, and because of that they again get the breast enlargement. In adulthood, there may be some prostate problems or some liver or kidney problems, cancers. In these cases also, the breast may get enlarged. Now all these things lead to a very particular situation where boys are definitely very much depressed, and they come to us with their parents. I think this is a new trend, and it's a good thing that they discuss among their families what is their problem. Previously, boys and girls, they will never discuss their problems with the parents, but now I think it is becoming more and more common. Recently, I had a boy who his father was a judge, and both of they came to us, and I treated him for gynecomastia. So now, how do you know whether you are getting gynecomastia or not? So I think one thing is, you go for self-examination. If you find something puffiness under the nipple, then feel it, and besides puffiness, there may be some nodular growth also. If that happens, then what you are probably going for a situation where gynecomastia is happening to you. Now if you find anything which is nodular, which is causing puffiness, or which is causing enlargement of your breast, if that is happening, then you are most likely to have gynecomastia. After self-examination, you must go to a doctor, your physician, and he will examine you. They see your other hormonal characters, secondary sex characters, like your beard, your voice, your sexual life, if you are sexually active. So all these things are analyzed, and then a confirmed diagnosis is made whether you have got associated hormonal imbalance with it or not. Now, once the gynecomastia has occurred, now what is the treatment? First thing is that it has been seen that boys are going to gym very often, and they will go for extensive exercises, and they take some steroids also on the advice of their gym instructors. So I think the first thing I must tell all the youngsters, that please do not go for these steroidal therapy. Don't take any hormones which are prescribed to you by the gym instructors, because it's not going to help you. It might cause some problems, some hormonal imbalances which may occur, and you will become miserable with that. So please don't do that. Now, once the gynecomastia has developed. So what is the solution? See, you can describe it as a mild, moderate, and severe. So what is mild? Mild is when there is a very fine growth or nodules, puffiness under your nipples, and that has given you some abnormal shape. Severe is that it is just like a female breast, and in between if it is there, so it is a moderate thing. So it is mild, moderate, or severe. That is how you have to look at it. Now there are many grades: 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B. There are different surgeons will tell you about in a different way. But for a patient, practically you should divide into 3 stages: mild, moderate, and severe. Exercise is a big no again, because you are wasting your time, money. It is only surgery. You have to go for surgery. And if it is a mild variety, then maybe your surgeon can do it under local anesthesia. If it is a severe variety, or even in moderate many cases, it has to be done under general anesthesia, because you will get a lot of pain, because the area is quite big, because the whole chest area is there. So mild variety, your surgeon can always do it under local anesthesia. That will be much cheaper for you, definitely. But if he is doing under general anesthesia, so the cost will definitely go up, because other costs are involved. General anesthesia costs are involved, anesthetist costs are involved. So all these costs will add up, so it is under general anesthesia. Now the procedure is actually, you can say it takes hardly 1 hour or so, or 1 to 1.5 hours if both the sides are being treated. Patient, your chest is shaved off, and then you are put to anesthesia, general anesthesia, after making sure that you are not having any other associated problems. And then the cuts are made. So now there are 2 types of cuts. Few surgeons will take a cut just at the nipple areolar junction. Other will take cuts on the upper side of the chest, and then they will do the liposuction. Because in gynecomastia there are 2 components. One is fat, another is gland. Now fat if you do exercise, fat may go to certain extent, but the gland will not go, because gland, as I already said, that gland does not have any muscles or fat, so it will not go. Now gland has to be excised. There is no doubt about that. So once the liposuction is done, either from say shoulder area or at the nipple areolar junction, once the first the liposuction is done, and afterwards whatever remains is the gland, and then the gland is cut. All the last part of the gland is cut, so that you have a normal shape of the chest. Should be there like any other normal boy. So now this procedure takes, as I said, around 1 to 1.5 hours. After that, the stitches are given, and you are given some elastic garment also to wear. I'll tell you what is the advantage of elastic garments after that. If we do it in morning, patient can go home by the evening time if it is under general anesthesia. Antibiotics are given for 5 to 7 days time, and some painkiller for a day or 2. Why we are giving elastic garment along with that? The thing is, see, when you remove fat and gland, there is a space between the muscles and the skin. So now there is some swelling may occur. Secondly, some blood collection may also happen. So to avoid that, you are giving a firm elastic garment. So for 2 days, if you keep pressure on that, so you know that there is no hematoma or blood collection is there. But we usually keep it very, very long, say 4 weeks to 12 weeks time, we just give elastic garments. And why we give it? Because there is a swelling under the breast, under the nipple. Because whenever there is a blank space after removal of the fat, the water will fill up, you can say body fluid will fill up that area. And now that swelling should go. So to enhance that disappearance of the swelling, we give you a pressure garment, so that swelling goes away, and there is support to the operated area, so there is less pain, and it helps the skin to shrink also. So skin to contract also. And if you do that, so many doctors give it for 4 weeks, few will give it for 12 weeks. So 1 to 3 months time is there basically. And the final result was definitely, then you will see around, say, after 3 months or so. Now, exercises, can you do the exercises with that? So we usually do not allow any strenuous exercises up to 4 weeks time. Yes, but you can, after 2 days, you can walk around. If you are going for evening walks, you can go for that. Stitches are removed after 7 days. But for any heavy weight lifting or diving or workouts, you are advised not to do that for 4 weeks time or so. After getting operated, we've seen many boys, their personality changes, and the personality changes tremendously. Initially, they will shy away while talking to the girls. They will not wear t-shirts. They will not go for swimming, etc. But once they have been treated, once the gynecomastia problem is gone, their whole personality changes. Practically every patient whom I have operated, I tell them that you come to me in a t-shirt. I would like to see you in the t-shirt after the surgery. And they are so happy that you just cannot imagine. So it is, I think, a life-changing procedure, and it is a very, very rewarding procedure. After you visit your doctor, you must be in touch with your doctor also for 3 to 6 months time at least, so that if there is any problem which might appear on the later date, should be sorted out. Now, this was a basic introduction to the gynecomastia. And if there are any queries or you want to ask some question, you are most welcome to visit our website and contact my team, and we'll be very happy to answer all your questions. And with that, thank you very much.